Ryan with Miss.Geek here, and today we're working on the BITX 40 VFO once more, or still, and we're working on the Rotary Encoder configuration. Now, the Rotary Encoder isn't that big of a deal generally, and if you're not familiar with how Rotary Encoders work, I like to think of it as two switches going for a walk. So imagine you have two switches, switch 1, switch 2, and imagine that when the switch when my finger touches the desk, that the switch is on. So if I have two switches and I turn this one on and then this one and then let go, I can pretend that they're going for a walk in to the right. But if I go this way, they're going for a walk to the left. So two switches, on, off, off, on, off, or on, off, off. So you can tell direction by which way they're overlapping, which one turns on first, which one turns off last. So that's what a rotary encoder does. And if you look carefully at a rotary encoder, it's just two switches. This right here is the common ground, and when you turn right, this one will turn on first, or vice versa, and they'll overlap a little bit, but this one will turn on first and this one will turn off last, or this one will turn. You get the idea. I showed you already. Anyway, so the Arduino can read that, and all it does is it grounds out a couple of pins, D1 and D2, grounds those out. So those are set high in the software, and then when they are grounded, they're counted by the software that does that, and it says that the rotary encoder is turning clockwise or counterclockwise. And then this over here, don't let this bother you, this is just a switch. So it's just a regular push button switch on these two, and so to simplify wiring, not run 5 wires, you run 4 by tying the common ground together, no big deal. And so I connected that to this, and it did not work. So what I did to test it, well, first I tested everything else, but eventually what I did was I connected these 3 wires right here. So if you look, you probably don't know if you can see it too well. Let me move the camera over a little bit here. There we go. But on the board itself, let's find my pointer here. On the board, it's got A and B, which is the two switches, and then the switch, which is just the push button, and then ground. So I've got the brown wire on ground, and then A and B. So if we take A and B, if we touch them together, nothing happens. We can see that. But if we touch A, actually if we hold these together like so, and then walk them across the ground, you'll see it's incrementing, and then it's decrementing. So that's exactly how it works in the switch. Same thing. So why doesn't the rotary encoder work when I plug the rotary encoder in? So I thought, well, maybe I've got a bad connector. I've got a bad rotary encoder. And they tested okay. You know, you can test continuity. You can hear it beep as you turn it. So I thought, well, I'll grab a new one out of the bin and make a new setup here. It's not the greatest, but it's good enough. And plugged it in. Okay, we should be able to tune, right? Nothing. So I thought, well, what if I go really slow and I can feel it going one at a time, I can actually tune. So I can't just click, 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 but if I go super, super slow, it works. Why that's the case, I can't say I know. I actually don't know. But yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm working with the fellow who wrote the software to see if there's something going on. See if I go just not real fast, but kind of slow, it works. That's about as fast as it works right there. So go in the other direction, I have to go real slow. All deliberate steps. I mean, I guess you could tune eventually. Anyway, so that's the problem facing now. I think it might be software related. It might be that the board that Bob is using is a different board that I'm using, and they have different capabilities, although I think they're the same processor, but I'm not really sure. So I'll definitely post progress as I have it. And but so far though, I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, it is working. It's just not working right. And so this really isn't usable like that, but that's okay. That's really not that big of a deal. This is not, anything mission critical. It's just we're having fun with the radio, right? So, and then this is I kind of like this setup here. So I might hang on to this and use this for the final radio. We'll see. But I like the strain relief on it. Just stuff hanging off the back of this, or like so, is kind of messy. So this is a bit cleaner, although a little bit bigger. Anyway, so that's that. Thanks for watching. Just wanted to give you a quick update. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I sure appreciate it. And you've been watching Miss Dog Geek. We'll see you next time.